This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Full Sail University. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our episode of Rettinger's Riffs. I'm your host, John Rettinger. We've had a ton of interest to sort of hear where we came from and how we got to where we're at in the consumer electronics world. Last week, we had our head of mobile in this chair. This week, we've got our managing editor in what we're calling the Roy Choi chair. This is Mr. Roy Choi. If you've ever been interested in getting into online publication or getting into tech journalism, listen to this man's story. He's got a lot of fun things to say. Some of them are a bit irreverent. This is Rettinger's Riffs. Let's start riffing. So as I mentioned, I am sitting here with our managing editor, Roy Choi. Roy and I have known each other for years. We actually went to graduate school together, which is where we met. And I remember going to class and bringing in, I think, a phone I was reviewing, and Roy was like, is that the new Galaxy S2? I also enjoy technology. That was really where our friendship started. We realized there was an overlap potentially for career-wise. So Roy's got a really interesting career background. So Roy, where did you come from before here?
Before coming to Techno Buffalo, I worked for Disney. I worked for Disney for 11 years. I helped open properties across the world. I started with the Hong Kong Disneyland property, helping a lot with the operating procedures and the training content for that resort. And then from there, helping out at the Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World and all the other Disney properties. And then my final big project was helping open up Aulani, a hotel that's built in Hawaii. Beautiful Hawaii.
Yeah, I remember right after graduation, Roy's like, peace out for 6 weeks. I'm going to Hawaii. Later, nerds.
So just doing Roy Choi things. That's what I do.
So speaking of that, Roy's famous in the comments whenever he writes an article or responds to comments that Roy Choi doing Roy Choi things. So what are Roy Choi things?
Well, first of all, I had to go back and look at the videos to figure out what that was from. And it was John just trolling into my office saying...
In our office tour video.
Yeah, in our office tour video, John saying, Roy Choi doing Roy Choi things. I was like, oh, that's where that's from. So Roy Choi things include writing some articles occasionally, not to the level of Brandon or Todd. They just pump out so many a day. I wish I could write as quickly as they can. But occasional reviews. But really a bulk of my day is spent editing, looking through our content to make sure that it's most easily available and most easily found. Sometimes we can write as great content as we do. If you can't find it or search for it, it's pretty pointless.
So what does that mean? So you guys might be thinking about starting a blog and maybe no one's reading your content. What Roy does is a really sort of smart and ingenious way to get the content out there. In fact, I should say when we brought Roy on, we didn't realize that we needed this, and Roy just started sort of learning how to do it and realized that we were seeing a real big impact on our traffic almost as soon as he started.
So we do a lot of promotion through our Facebook and Twitter accounts primarily. Ralph does a lot of our work on Google+. But really, it's an avenue for us to reach out to where our audience lives and communicates, which is Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, if you're into that thing, Tumblr. So we're trying to do more and more in terms of getting our content out there. But at the same time, not only does that content live out there, but it's also a matter of making sure that people are talking to us and we're talking to them. We really like to be approachable. We're on the internet, we're behind computer displays and screens, but we still want to be like your friend.
So if you could give one piece of advice to people that might want to do exactly what you're doing in a few years, what advice would you give them?
Well, the way I started at Disney was as a writer. If you want to become a writer, write a lot. And through our friendship and our relationship, I became more entrenched into the technology journalism world. But if you want to write a lot, read a lot, and don't be afraid of feedback, because that's the only way you can grow. I think that's the best part of my career is that people gave me advice, gave me feedback, and allowed me to make mistakes. And I think that's where people learn the most, especially in my case, make mistakes. Early on, make as many mistakes as you possibly can, and you grow from that.
Let me just stop talking to this guy for 1 sec, because he talks too much. Did you know, sir or madam, that by 2015, mobile app development projects will outnumber native PC projects by 4 to 1? That's only 1 year from now, or less, 8 months, if you're counting like January. So if you're interested in this kind of future technology and you want to get on board and you know that mobile's where it's at, Full Sail University's online mobile development bachelor's degree program could be for you. It could help teach you the skill set you need to build a career so your parents will stop nagging you. And you can take advantage of these amazing opportunities. You can tell your parents, listen, I'm going back to school. I'm going to get out of your basement at some point. So through Full Sail University's Project Launchbox program, students receive a free MacBook Pro plus industry software loaded with it and iOS Android devices so you can start your development. If you're ready to master the technology and software to compete in this pretty fast-growing industry, you should visit fullsail.edu/technobuffalo to learn more. Again, that's fullsail.edu/technobuffalo. Your parents will be very happy. So what's one thing about you that people might not know?
I'm pretty handy around the office. I put together a lot of the stuff here, some tables, some of the lighting equipment. I think I set up the security systems, wiring things and drilling into walls and drywall. And yeah, I mean, give me something to put together and I'll put it together.
Yeah,
Legos.
I wouldn't have thought that you'd be that handy. I don't know why, but Roy is super handy and builds things with his hands. So thank you guys for watching the episode of Rettinger's Riffs. We're going to run through everybody that's here in the office, interview them, get a chance to get to know everyone here. So you still have to meet Ralph, you'll meet Brandon, and you will meet Ron, and we'll sort of ask questions, find out how they got to where they're at, and hopefully that'll help you guys figure out something that you want to do. And then we'll be back after that with regular riffy style episodes. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm John Rettinger.
I'm Roy Choi.
And we'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye. What's up, everyone? Thank you for watching that video. If you want to see more of the latest and greatest tech news, you can subscribe to our main Techno Buffalo channel by clicking the button right down below in my pants region, or click on the buttons to your right to see more videos.